What's up, guys? It's the Collector 251, ambassador for Collx. I'm actually just going to show you and jump right on in here. And we're going to, show you how to navigate the app. Now, what I want you to do, if you've actually first time just opened up the app, you're going to see a few different screens here about a home run and follow a user, and, you have to complete a checklist and that kind of thing. But what I'm really wanting to get to you guys here is we're going to focus mainly on going to this gear icon. That gear icon, we're going to go ahead and click it. All right, so when we get there, what we're going to do is we are going to go to account settings, which is going to be located here. You actually go ahead and click that. We're going to go ahead and go to edit profile information. And I like that color. All right, so we're going to go and click that. And, you can, update everything here. You can put a bio in, which is, recommended. You can put your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook in there, and you could update your profile photo. Okay, we're going to just save that when you do all of that. All right, and what's going to happen is going to bring you back to that screen. What we're going to do is click the back button, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that you actually put a shipping address in here. All right, so if you want to buy, a new card, this is where your default shipping address is going to be and where it's coming from. If you're selling, you must actually add an address in this section if you plan to buy or sell. It won't let you if you don't. Okay, so that's important to do that. And you're going to put in your payment methods. All right. I've got a few different ones. You could actually hook your Google Pay to it. And mainly because if you sell a card, then they want to know where to transfer the funds or what you're paying from. It's like adding a wallet to your Google Pay. Like you find something that you want to buy or you're selling, they need to know exactly where to send the funds or what to credit account to. All right, so that's important that you do that if you plan to buy or sell. If you don't and you're just scanning cards, then this is not really a need for you. If you're just planning to, get a overall value for your collection, for your insurance purposes, whatever the case may be. All right, seller tools is another thing that I want to actually talk about under this. You can accept offers if you list a card for sale and the buyer's like, hey, we're about 30-40 cents off, $1, we're $100 off, whatever the case may be. You can accept the offers. But when you stop accepting offers, buyers can only buy your cards with a set asking price. So if you don't want to accept offers and you're pretty firm on your prices, you're just going to toggle that off, which is not recommended because there are so many different price points on this app, with people asking anywhere from $1 to $250 for the same card that you have. So it's smart to kind of leave that on. All right, you can offer a discount. All right, now I see sellers all the time. I'll give you a 10% discount if you're going to order $100 worth of stuff, from me or more, which may work if you're like, ripping packs, you're ripping new Panini stuff, you're pulling numbered cards, parallel cards, blue prisms, stuff like that. That may be a possibility. But, if you got everyday base cards, you got everyday, refractors, just limited stuff, that you're trying to sell, be reasonable. Nobody's going to jump on here and spend $100 with you unless you have, a limited auto or, something like that. So if you wanted to offer whatever discount percentage that you want, this is up to you what you would like to do if you want to even offer that. So right now I'm currently, just for an example, like I'll give you 10% off if you order $10 or more, which is pretty fair. I see a lot of times people offering 5% with $100 or more, and you got 1990, tops, you got Fleer, 1991 Fleer, you got the whole collection. Okay, you order $100, I'll give you 10% off. There's no deal on that. They can go to eBay and buy that for hella cheap, you know what I mean? So just think about what you would like to offer. People like to feel like they're getting deals. So I would encourage you to kind of think of something that's fair. I think this is fair. I could do 5% on $5 or more. But the time you actually buy shipping supplies, envelopes, you got thermal printer labels, all this other stuff that you're having to account for. There's really not a lot of profit in a card if you're selling it for $1 because, Collx is going to collect 75 cents per ounce, and that's exactly, there's not a lot of profit time you buy the envelope, the thermal printer label, and you're having to run to the post office and drop it off. So you really got to feel like there's not a whole lot of profit there, but, you're in this to win this. So you got to, be competitive when you're pricing, so that's very important to think about. So we're going to save that. Now, shipping settings, taxpayer information, you can put all of that in there. You can set a minimum, like mine's 25 cents. Most of my cards are anywhere from 25 cents up to however many dollars I have. So you can leave that empty if you'd like to, but if you're listing, I'll just shoot you an example. There's some Yu-Gi-Oh cards or some Magic cards worth 6, 7, 10 cents on TGC Player. A lot of times people are not going to go and get Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Magic cards or whatever on eBay because minimum on that is $1, and some of these things sell for 20 cents, 15 cents, 60 cents, and they'd be overpaying if they went to eBay. So it's really not that smart to buy those cards from eBay. So if you need references on what your Yu-Gi-Oh Magic cards or otherwise your playing cards are worth, just head on over to TGC Player and look up the card and what the average price is selling for. And you got to keep in mind that Collx is going to charge 75 cents per ounce. So you really got to figure out what's going to be fair and are you being just on your prices. Because if you're asking $10 for a Pokemon card that sells for 25 cents on TGC Player, they're going to look right over your listing and you'll never sell a card in your life. So moving right along. What we're going to do is we'll go to shipping settings. Now, buyer pays shipping. Okay. If you don't have a scale, if you don't have, I see people select free shipping all the time and they end up losing money. And I'll tell you why. Okay. If you charge $1 in free shipping, you're going to have to go to the post office, and for every ounce that you're shipping out, it's going to cost at least 70 cents. All right. So you're really only making 30 cents because you have to go buy the label. If you choose, I'll give them free shipping, then you're going to have to go to the post office, mail it off, and pay it. Yeah, you'll make 30 cents. Yeah, you'll probably get a few more sales doing that. But how much literally are you going, to profit on that? So buyer pays shipping, Collx will generate it for me. I would highly suggest if you don't have a scale and you're not good at shipping, then I would definitely select this and let them create your shipping label on your own. That way you can print it and then, make sure that you send out, the card in a timely manner. And I've created some videos or a video to show you how to do that using this method. Or you can create your own shipping label. If you have your own shipping account, FedEx, UPS, whatever you're using. And if you're good at shipping, then, create what you want to create. But I mean, I'm not a fan of, paying $1 for a card and then paying $2 or $3 for shipping on a card that costs $1. I'm just not a fan. Do what you want to do. If I'm not here to judge you on what way you want to ship, but I mean, if it were me, and I'm just getting started on here and I have no idea, earthly clue on what to do as far as, how to even package or ship a card, then I would probably let Collx generate it for you. Cause they track it. If you let it, that way you can see if it's been delivered. If you start, charging $3 and $4 for $1 card, then people are going to look right over you and not do business with you anyway, cause they can go to eBay and buy it for $1 free shipping. Just saying. All right, so think about it. So what I wanted to get into here also is that everything is kind of pre-weighted. Raw and top loader weight, I wouldn't really mess with those weights at all because they're pretty much standard. If you put a raw sports card in a top loader and a penny sleeve, it's going to weigh 0.4 ounces. If you have a slabbed graded card, it's going to weigh 3 ounces. So what I'm saying is, don't put a slabbed card into a plain white envelope. You're going to have to send that in a bubble mailer. But if you're just shipping out a raw, ungraded sports card, then you want to stick with letting Collx generate it for you. You could still do that if you're selling sports cards, but you have to understand, when you get that label and you have to print it, and if you have a graded card that needs to be sent out, that white envelope method is not going to work for you. So they're going to have to spend $3.62 to $5.74 based on where they live. It's going to be a package at that point. And if you're shipping a graded card, you don't want to send it, snail mail anyway, and it's not going to fit through the mail sorter because the card's too thick. So need you to kind of follow me. The way that they're trying to save the buyer and the seller money, they're going to charge you 75 cents an ounce. So generally, if you pack it correctly and it's packed correct, the buyers, if they buy one little card from you and you put it in a top loader and a penny sleeve and mail it out plain white envelope, then it's going to cost the buyer 75 cents. If you got 2 to 3 cards, it's probably going to cost $1, and 4 to 5 cards, and I've seen it done. I've done it myself, and I could do a video on that later. If they buy 5 cards from you, they're going to charge the buyer $1.25 plus the cost of the cards that you guys agree on. They're going to take a small percentage or a fee out of the total sale, and they're going to create that shipping label, and all you have to do is print it out, or if you have a thermal printer, you're going to print that out. You're going to package your cards up in the way that the videos that I'm going to be creating for all of those. Okay, if you ship 1 card, if you ship 2 cards, this is how I would do it. If you ship 3 cards, this is how I would do it. 4 cards, 5 cards. Anything over that, you're getting into the package category. Package category means, okay, anything over 3.5 ounces, or if you sell over $50 worth of stuff, Collx is going to automatically upgrade you, and you have to ship a package, which is going to cost, again, $3.62 to $5.74, and it's up to 15 ounces. So you have to know exactly what things weigh and how to get around that. If you don't have a scale, I can pretty much well help you and show you in future videos, like, hey, this is how much everything weighs in a general ballpark with what I put in the envelope, and how to get away with it, that where the cards are protected and you still get to charge the customer what they paid for and not have to pay extra when it arrives at their home, which will in turn upset them, and you'll probably get your cards back and no deal will be done. So it's very important to do that. Just hit save on that. And then, taxpayer information is something else. But mainly, if you go to Pro, you get some Pro perks as well. You get to export your collection. And I wanted to kind of go over the features here. You get unlimited cards in your collection. Okay, you get a $10 monthly credit to buy cards. You get to print set checklists. So if you're an old school collector like me, hey, I like to chase sets, and hey, I don't have that base card, that number 128. I don't have it, and I find it on the app, and I'm like, hey, I got to complete this collection. And if somebody has it on the app, I will generally buy it and go ahead and complete that collection, which is cool. You can pin cards to the top of your collection, which by hitting a little star button, your listing will get featured in an Explorer screen. You get the, priority live chat, your Pro perks, exclusive discounts, free 90-day CDP subscription, iOS family sharing, and get instant status with a Pro badge. All right. So basically, you're going down through here, you get a Collx credit. Every time that you join Pro, they will give you $10 just for subscribing every month towards purchase cards on the Collx marketplace. So the Pro, it kind of pays for itself if you think about it. So if you're paying $10 a month for Pro and they're just giving it back to you to buy new cards, you're essentially getting it for free, because you got to think they're making a percentage of the millions of cards sold on this app. So they're making money hand over fist. So they can afford to give you money back to support other users in purchasing cards. Now, when you sell cards and you have to mail it out like any other platform, on eBay, you have, when the buyer buys it or wherever you've bought stuff before, they will ship it out. eBay will not release those funds until you mark it as received and you give them a seller rating. This is a similar situation with this. If you're looking for an immediate payment and you haven't shipped anything out, that's not fair to assume that you're just going to get paid automatically. Okay, so you have to ship the stuff out. The buyer has to receive it in 30 days. So I'll kind of go in here and let you guys know. And you can also print checklists and export your collection as a CSV, which is super, super duper cool, in retrospect of it. And you can set up family. Like, you could set up a family account on Collx. Like if you have small children, you don't want them getting on here offering, hey, I want to buy your car for $10, and then, using your debit card if you're an adult. Now, if you're 17, 18, 19 years old, you got your own debit card, okay, fine. But 8 to 10-year-olds should not be offering money on cards with no debit card without speaking to an adult. That's just the way it goes. Now, it's good for them to have the app. They're trading at school. They're doing other things as far as, comparing collections. Oh, my collection's worth more than yours. That's cool. That's good where the kids come in. So that's also a very cool thing to have. Now, what you're going to do here, you can change the appearance and sound, which I just kind of left that alone. Notification settings. I want to be notified by push. I'm tired of getting the emails, but push is fine. Comments and likes, I don't want to be notified by email. Because my email is filling up. So make sure that, that defaults to email and push. So if you just want push notifications, that's fine. I like to know when I get new followers. Email will fill up very, very quickly. I joined in mid-January or so and already got 1,000 and something followers. Okay. So that's very important to note. Now, messages, I just want to be notified by push on that. I don't need an email. I don't need anything like that because that's not how I want to set it up. But you set it up whatever way you wish. So all in all, that's really what I wanted to walk you through and do. Now, if you actually go in here, back to the home screen, and you're going to see a lot of different stuff on the home screen when you click the bottom left. And sometimes that does come up. They have been working on that quite a bit. Featured listings. So if you wanted to go down here, you can actually see everything that everybody's posting right there, Okay, and you're actually looking down a Facebook feed of everybody on the app. Okay, I listed a card 5 seconds ago. Okay, so there's looks like a Shining Fates, Cisco, and it gives you, other things. You can shop for Panini. There's ads in there. Of course, they're getting paid by those. And you'll see some people to follow down here. And what you want to do is just follow a few people and make sure that, like these pro users, they have sold some cards. So if let's just pick one here. Good old Thomas here. I'm following him. He's been a pro. He's sold 258 cards, which is ship time. And that's another thing. Ship time is important. So if you're deciding to be a seller on the app, you have to get organized. If you sell a card and you don't ship it out for 10 or 15 days, that means you can't find the card that you listed. Thomas, it would be kind of hard. He's got almost 10,000 cards. You know how many hours he would have to filter through 10,000 cards if he's not organized, and you can't find the card and ship it out, and the seller can't receive it within 30 days. He's probably not going to have a good seller rating. But he also buys and sells. So 5% off $50 or more. Minimum is $1. So he has to sell, like this Mike Trout. Okay, he listed this card, 27 minutes ago. It's a really, really nice little Mike Trout card from Absolute Panini. If we wanted to view that and we wanted to say, okay, well, Thomas, how in line are you on your pricing? What we'll do is we'll go down here to view more pricings and listings. Shows you the average price is $9.90. eBay just sold it for $11.75. So $3, $2. Now we can go to eBay. This may have been a colored match, or it could have been a parallel of some sort that sold. It will not actually show you a whole lot of stuff, but I'm going to go to eBay and I'm going to see what this card actually lists for. It shows you 8 users has the card at this moment. So you just for sale on eBay. Now, there's a bid. There's 2 days left on that. $1.99 free shipping. So this is the card that he has. All right. So now I know I can get it for $2.30, $2.40. So if I really, really want to buy this 2020 Absolute, all right, let me see what he's listed it for. He wants $3 for it. All right, so the comps on that card, if it were to sell, you know, based on eBay asking prices, it's about $2.40 shipped. All right, so now I can actually go in here and I can make a deal. I can try to make a deal with Thomas if I want this Mike Trout card. I don't, but what we would do is we could go to add to deal, and we'll go to save for later if I wanted to go and deal on that. Or you could just make him an offer. Okay, Mike, I'll give you $1.90, $2 for the card, because I already have to pay 75 cents shipping, because if you go back here and look, you'll see that the seller and what way that they actually ship cards. All right, so he's chosen to let Collx ship his packages. You know, that was in that screen that I was telling you about. Okay, so I know that if he's shipping me this one Mike Trout card, and I offer him, let's just say I even offer him $2, I'm going to pay $2.75 for this Mike Trout card. No doubt about it. Now, he will get a small profit, but he's got to buy shipping supplies. He's got to buy this. He's got to buy that. Collx is going to take their fee for selling the card for him. And, you know, they're going to go ahead and take the 75 cents off the top, and he's going to be left with a difference, minus whatever fees and however he's getting paid with that. So just wanted to kind of tell you guys that that's really all it is to it on the process. And, you know, you're going to meet a few people. You're going to learn how to buy. You're going to learn how to trade. You're going to learn how to sell. But the thing of it is, you know, you just want to be on the up and up. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's just look for Michael Jordan card. All right, so I'm going to search for all Michael Jordan cards. I'm going to arrow down. I'm going to go to view all for sale. All right, so 1,000 plus listings, and I can actually go in here to recently added. And there's a lot of people you're going to run into, or cards that you want to buy that people haven't logged on to the app in over a year, which they really need to delete those people because they haven't constantly updated any of their card information. They haven't checked. They haven't answered any sales. So it just kind of goes unnoticed. So I don't really order from anybody that hasn't been active on the app. So I want to apply that. Okay, so I know that this one is $2.49. All right. He added it 3 days ago. I'm a pretty big Michael Jordan fan. I don't really feel like that's an Italian card. Maybe. So you'll see here, like, okay, $20, $3.50, $4, $100, $150. No, I'm not paying those prices. Maybe you'll sell them one day to somebody that doesn't know any better. But I'm going to go and look on eBay, and I'm going to see, okay, all right, well, this person has 828,000 sales, and he wants, all right, so I want, okay, so looking at it like this, I don't have that card in my collection. So what I'll do is I'll go back to this guy, and let me see exactly where we're at. All right, let me see if William has sold anything, if he has any experience. And he doesn't. All right, so I'm going to follow him. I'm going to help him out. Free shipping, but he wants $3 per order. So what we'll do here, if he's offering free shipping, he has to understand that he has to pay for the shipping on this card. All right, so now, you know, I'm just kind of looking at some of his pricing here. So let's say I want to get this Michael Jordan card. I want to add to the deal. And I want to go ahead and go back up here and look at all of his Michael Jordan cards. So I'll just type in Jordan. And I'll hit search. All right. So now he's only got 2, right, that he's listed for sale. So I'll buy both of these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm adding to the deal. All right. So now I'm trying to get as best of a deal as I can from William. Okay. So now if I want to make an offer, all right, so he wants $5.24. It gives you some suggested offers, and it'll say, okay, well, since you haven't sold a card yet, William, and I want these cards, let's see if we can make a deal happen. All right, and you're actually looking at this right here. Okay, all right, I'll do him this favor, and I'll say, okay, I'll give you $4.80. I'll submit this offer to William, which is only like 8% off or so. Okay, so let's look at submitting this offer to William and see what he says as a response. All right. So he has 2 days to respond, and we'll do a follow-up video on this, and I'll kind of show you how to check out. But I just made an offer. All right. I meet his minimum. All right. Okay. He wants $3 per order. I meet that minimum. He's going to give me free shipping, and I want those 2 cards. All right. So going back to the home screen to view any deals that you have out right now, what you're going to do is you're going to look at, you go back to the little bottom right-hand corner, little guy there. All right, my deals. If you made an offer on any cards, or if anybody's offering anything on you. All right, so I sent this offer. All right, so I can view this offer. All right, and it expires in 2 days. So if William doesn't answer this within 2 days and doesn't want to sell these cards, or doesn't log into the app and sees this offer, the offer is null and void. I can resend the offer later, or he can resend me another offer, and I can either accept it, or I can say, hey, took you a long time. I'm going to offer you another 10 cents less. If you want to sell it, sell it. If you don't, no harm, no foul. Have a great day, kind of thing. All right. And these are all the ones, that are completed, expired, whatever. So I've done several deals, on the app. So, but he has 2 days to respond, and this is where you would check your messages. And it says, okay, I sent a offer $4.80 on 2 cards. All right. So with that being said, that's how you actually stage a deal on the Collx app and how you would navigate it. There's lots of other things that I can show you guys, but the buyer rating and seller ratings are important. But those are some of the settings that I would start out with, and just have fun, meet some new people, type them, inbox them, let them know, hey, you got a great collection. Glad to be here. Glad that we're friends, and I'll take a look at some of my listings, if you'll take a look at some of mine. So you might be able to buy something from each other. I would highly recommend and suggest that you don't trade with inside the app, because there's no way for Collx to personally track it unless you've done business with them before. This would be an outside trade. It would not be through Collx, and they frown upon that, because if you have a problem, what happens if your cards come crushed? The post office worker met John Cena at the airport, and you can't see me at the airport, and then your cards were in his bag. So that's why Collx doesn't offer any kind of support when you trade outside the app. So if you do that, it's on your own terms. So just be aware that if you do that, that is at your own discretion, and it has nothing to do with being able to track it on Collx. You can't hold them responsible for something that you're doing off the cuff, off the app. That way it can't be tracked. But until next time, that's really a video that I wanted to kind of show you guys on how to set all that up. Hope that helped. And as always, you guys make sure you shoot me a follow right here at the Collector 251, and I'll make sure that I keep you guys up to date on new videos that are coming out. And I wish you guys well 2024. And if you guys need a future video of anything that I'm doing, just let me know. And thanks, and y'all have a great rest of your week, and talk to you soon. Peace.